heart of Babylon, amidst its glittering temples and towering palaces, lived a man of righteousness, a man of Yahweh, the Most High. His name was Daniel, a Hebrew Israelite taken from his homeland of Jerusalem, but chosen by Yahweh for a purpose greater than Babylon's gold and idols. Daniel had found favor in the eyes of King Darius, ruler of the vast Persian Empire, and had been appointed as one of the highest officials over the entire kingdom. His wisdom, spirit of truth, and devotion to Yahweh made him stand apart, but not all saw him with favor. Jealousy festered among the other governors and officials, men whose hearts were far from righteousness. They envied Daniel's position, but more than that, they hated his unwavering devotion to his God. "We will never find any charge against this man unless it has to do with the law of his God," they whispered among themselves. So they devised a wicked plan. They approached King Darius, flattering him with false praise, and persuaded him to sign a new decree. For 30 days, no one in the kingdom could pray to any god or man except to the king himself. If anyone broke this law, they would be thrown into the den of lions, fierce, hungry beasts waiting in their dark pit. Darius, caught up in their flattery, signed the decree. The law of the Medes and Persians was irrevocable, even by the king himself. Daniel knew of the decree. He knew the penalty that awaited him if he disobeyed. But Daniel was a servant of Yahweh, and no earthly law would make him turn away from his Creator. So, as he had always done, Daniel went up to his room, opened his windows toward Jerusalem, and knelt in prayer, calling upon Yahweh 3 times a day. His enemies watched from the shadows, smirking with satisfaction. They had caught him. Without delay, they rushed to the king. "O king, Daniel, one of the exiles from Judah, pays no attention to your decree. He still prays to his God 3 times a day." Darius was stricken with grief. He had been tricked. He knew Daniel's innocence, his faithfulness, but the law could not be changed. With a heavy heart, he ordered Daniel to be brought and cast into the den of lions. As Daniel stood before the pit, Darius, tormented by guilt, spoke quietly to him. "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." Daniel was lowered into the den, and a large stone was rolled over the entrance, sealing him inside with the lions. The growls of the beasts echoed in the darkness, and the scheming officials stood nearby, certain of Daniel's fate. That night, King Darius could not sleep. He refused food, drink, or music, his heart weighed down by the thought of Daniel. As dawn broke, the first light of morning spilling over the horizon, Darius rushed to the den, his voice trembling as he called out, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you serve continually, been able to rescue you from the lions?" For a moment, all was silent. But then, from the depths of the den, came Daniel's voice, calm and strong. "O king, live forever. My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions. They have not harmed me, for I was found innocent in his sight. Nor have I done any wrong before you, O king." Darius's heart leapt with joy. He ordered the stone to be rolled away, and Daniel was lifted out of the den, unharmed, not a single scratch upon him. The conspirators, the very men who had plotted against Daniel, stood frozen in terror. They knew what was coming. The king, furious at their deceit, commanded that they, along with their families, be thrown into the same den. Before their bodies even touched the ground, the lions pounced, crushing them with their powerful jaws. Justice was swift, and the righteousness of Yahweh had been made known. In the aftermath of this miracle, King Darius issued a decree to the entire kingdom. "In every part of my empire, people must fear and reverence the God of Daniel, for he is the living God, and he endures forever. His kingdom will not be destroyed. His dominion will never end. He rescues and saves. He performs signs and wonders in the heavens and on the earth. He has rescued Daniel from the power of the lions." And so, Yahweh's power and glory were made known throughout the land. Daniel continued to prosper, his faith unshaken, and the name of Yahweh, the God of Israel, was exalted above all.
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Ha Halim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles, the middle great millstone, whom Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah has set up to establish and teach and preach the true doctrine of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. And to the rest of the brothers on down that's teaching and preaching the true doctrine of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Shalom Bayatah Dawada. And to the Akim and Akwaf that to repent, to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and also to the speckled bird by people that's among the other nations, looking like the other nations, whose fathers go back to one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob, Yasha Allah. Shalom to you, Mashmachah. The Shahakarab coming at you with another one, and you see what we have there. And I got that clip off the elder, the brother Manata Zakba clip that he uploaded. And that just shows you the kind of faith that we need. See, matter of fact, let me grab this scripture real quick. Let me open up with this one, right? Let's go to Romans. And that's why. See, you need that kind of faith. You want that kind of faith. That's the kind of faith I want. See, to whereas we would trust in Yahweh Hashem Shah when you face with adversity. When you face with the persecution of death. When you face with that particular opposition of death. Hey, man, you want that kind of faith, man. You want that kind of faith. You want to trust that Yahweh Hashem Shah will deliver you. See? But you also want to be found worthy to be redeemed by Yahweh Hashem Shah. You don't want to fulfill the works to where your ass will just be left out there as a punishment. See, you want that kind of faith, man. That's and I don't the hell with this little worldly faith that motherfuckers talking about. You can piss off with that shit. I want that kind of faith. See, because that's the kind of faith that Yahweh Shah had. That's the kind of faith that Yahweh Shah telling us we gonna need to have in order for you to endure unto the end. You ain't gonna make it, man. If any of you Israelites, any of us Israelites out here that don't have that kind of faith that Daniel and several other brothers of our nation that had, those of our people that had, which I'm gonna read and go into a few of them. If you ain't got that kind of faith, you ain't gonna make it, man. And if you don't want that kind of faith, you ain't gonna make it. Right? You ain't gonna motherfucking make it. But let's grab this. Romans 15 and verse 4. And it says what? For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. See? And that hope is going into you having faith. You believing. See? That's what that hope is going into. And if you ain't got that kind of hope, if you don't hope in Yahweh, if you don't believe in Yahweh Bashim Shah, you don't have that kind of faith that's going to allow you to endure until the end. See? If you ain't got that faith that Daniel had, if you ain't got that faith that Yahweh Shah Mashiach, our Lord and Savior, had, man, if you ain't got that faith that several other individuals in the scriptures had, your ass ain't going to make it. You can call it quits right now. You ain't going to make it. You ain't gonna motherfucking make it. But what it says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. That's supposed to be inspiring to you. Just to see that. That's supposed to right there. That's supposed to build your ass up in the faith. Just hearing that. Just seeing that. Or going into these things that's already written in the scriptures. That's supposed to establish you in the faith. See? That's supposed to inspire you right there. Not seeing something. Just hearing the acts of our forefathers and those that was the true service of Yahweh Hashem Shah. That's what's supposed to inspire you. Not seeing something. Hearing the words of Yahweh Hashem Shah. Hearing the aspiration that our forefathers had towards Yahweh Hashem Shah. That's what's supposed to inspire you, man. To have that unwavering faith. That faith that you would have, even being faced with death, man. It is what it is. That's what I want. That's the kind of faith I want to possess. See, because without that, man, you go fold. Just say these devils lock your ass up somewhere and tell you, hey, eat swine flesh. How a lot of our people know. Disobedience is worthy of death, man. See? But just say these devils locked you up somewhere, and then, like the scripture says, they go feed you with things offered in sacrifice unto idols. Now, what was the one thing that these heathens used to offer as a sacrifice unto their idols? Swine's flesh. So just say they feed you with that and say, look, eat this and we're going to let you out. Eat this and we're not going to kill you. What you going to do? What you going to do? Is you gonna say, oh, yeah, well Yahweh Shah got me, well, I'm gonna eat it anyway just so I can get out of this predicament. And I'm gonna eat it anyway. Well, he already told you what he gonna do to your ass in that. He already said that any man that will save his own life, roughly paraphrasing, he shall lose it. But any man shall lose his life pursuing, what is that, Saint Mark, I think it's the 8th chapter, one of my favorites. You gonna lose it. You're going to lose it. And any man that will lose his life for my sake and for the gospel, he's, the same. You going to make it, man. You going to make it. See? But do you even have that kind of faith to endure? You can look at Israelites, certain brothers right now and see their ass ain't got that kind of faith. Trusting in these damn devils. Every last one of these Israelites that went and got that serpent juice, you kiss the damn serpent on the mouth. You ain't got no faith. You ain't got no motherfucking faith. You just rolling with the time. It's just, we the Israelites and that's just that. You just rolling time. You don't actually got no faith in Yahweh Shem Shah. It'll show now through your actions if you really have faith in Yahweh Shem Shah. You think all these individuals that's denying right now that the MOTB is what it is? These individuals that's denying it, they don't have no faith because they're already making a decision to when they come down the pipe what they gonna do. They already making a decision what they gonna do. But before they even face with that temptation, they already made the decision what they gonna do. So truly, they don't have no faith in Yahweh Shem Shah. These same individuals run around talking about that they believe in the Lord, that they believe in Yahweh Shem Shah. But look at them. They run around talking about ain't these miraculous things that Yahweh gonna do. They talking about ain't no chariots and it ain't this and ain't that and this ain't gonna happen. They ain't got no faith, man. Don't be fooled by these people. Not a motherfuckers acting like they got faith. If you ain't got this kind of faith that you saw Daniel have, nigga, you ain't got no faith. If you ain't willing to be willing to be laid down, period, for your sake of Yahweh Shem Shah's word, you ain't got no faith. See? But you see what it say right here in Romans 15 and 24, and that's what it's talking about. That's what it's talking about. What you just saw, that was pertaining to the scriptures, according to what Daniel. Now, you just saw a visualization of it, but it comes out of the writings of it. See? And that was a display of that faith that you want. That was a perfect display of Yahweh Shah's faith. That's the faith that Yahweh Shah had. I wouldn't say that it was no more or no less. I would say that was the equal faith that Yahweh Shah had. Trusting in Yahweh Shem Shah, knowing that you was faced with death. See? Daniel was delivered out of that situation because he trusted in Yahweh. But Yahweh Shah was delivered out of the situation too, even though he had to fully go through it, to experience that death. But he still was delivered out of it too. You see what position he in now. He had that immortal. He's sitting in that immortal body. Been set back down in his original position at the right hand of Yahweh. You see that? That's the faith you want, man. All this old little worldly punk ass faith, you can shove that shit up your ass. I want this faith, man. I want that faith that Daniel had. But let me grab this too, though. Let me grab this. right? I want that faith, man. Fuck this little worldly ass faith people be talking about. I want that faith. I want the faith to endure to the end. See, when adversity come, I want the faith to believe in Yahweh Shem Shai. Know whatever position, whether He delivered me out of it or where I'm put in the position to be martyrized. Hey, it is what it is. But I want that faith though. I need that. We need that. You need that to endure to the end. If you ain't got that, your ass ain't gonna make it. Let's go down to it. Matthew 17. Let me go down to the point. Let me see. Where you at? I'll start at. Let me see. You know what? I'll start at 17, but the point is 20, right? Let's start there. 17, Matthew 17 and 17. Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. Verse 18. And Yahushua rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples to Yahushua apart, and said, Why could not we cast him out? And Yahushua said unto them, Because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, meaning the smallest seed basically in the cultivation field, the smallest seed, but it can grow the biggest of all of it. A mustard seed tree, it can grow up to 9 feet tall. You got watermelon patches and all other kind of vegetable seeds. They just grow into a little bitty patch on the ground. But those seeds are bigger than it. And then you got a little small mustard seed. That thing start growing. They can grow taller than 7 to 8 feet tall. It's the smallest among all the seeds. But what did he say? If ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Move hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. See? Nothing shall be impossible. Boy, it says, all things are possible through Yahweh Shem Shai. So if you got that kind of faith, man, hey, anything is possible, man. Anything is possible. And Daniel was put in that position, but what? His faith caused him to be delivered out of that position because he trusted in Yahweh Shem Shai, had an unwavering faith. Meaning, no matter what happened to him, he was faced with a position of death. He was willing to take his death to prove his faith in Yahweh Shem Shai, man. And that's the mindset that we need to be in. A lot of our forefathers had that mindset, man. But we walking through the earth playing and shit, thinking shit is a game. See? But when these devils come down with great wrath, a lot of our people go fucking fail. Because why? You didn't possess that faith. You didn't pray for that faith. You thought it was a damn game. When these devils come down with great wrath upon us Israelites. In that time when you gonna find out who the chosen of Yahweh Shem Shai is. You be playing the shit. And when I saw that video, I'm like, man, that's the kind of faith I'm talking about, man. Daniel, big brother, he did have that faith. He did have that faith, and he was willing to face death to prove his faith towards Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You think individuals got that faith? Hell nah, man. These motherfuckers run around playing and shit. But let's grab this one. Verse 21. Slocky. Matter of fact, let me jump to the other one. That was the point, though. Let me go back to it. That was the point. In verse 17 to 20. Right? That was the point. But let's go. Let me go down real quick. Cause hey man, we gonna need you need that kind of faith, man. You should be praying to Yahweh Shem Shai, asking him, I want that faith, Lord. Give me the faith of your true servants. Don't give me no faith these old punk ass motherfuckers walking around. Motherfuckers that go against the true doctrine of Yahweh Shem Shai for money and all other kind of shit. Fuck them. They ain't got no damn faith. I want the true faith of the servants of Yahweh Shemiah Shai. That's what I want, man. And with that, you can endure unto the end. You can make it. See? But a lot of fucking assholes, man. Let me grab this real quick. Right? Matter of fact, let me get this. Let's go to this one real quick. Philippians chapter 2. And let's go down to verse 8. Let me see where I'm going to start at. Matter of fact, I'll start here at verse 5. Philippians 2 and verse 5. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Yahweh Mashiach Yahweh Shalakia. But what it says, let this mind be in you, which was also in Mashiach Yahweh Shai, who being in the form of power, thought it not robbery to be equal with Yahweh, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of man. Now, when Mashiach took on the form of a servant, meaning he humbled himself, man. You see motherfuckers running around telling they exalting themselves. Exalting themselves. Think very highly of the motherfuckers selves. Don't you know that the scriptures told you that he that exalt himself shall be abased? So how would you think that you gonna be over the individuals that you exalting yourself over? When Yahweh shall come, your ass gonna be abased. You gonna be made below them, man. Because you exalted yourself instead of coming like he was. He came equally to a brother. He came equal. He wasn't. He could have exalted himself, but he didn't. See. But what you see individuals doing, they exalt themselves over brothers. Exalt themselves over brothers, making brothers think that you are less than them when you're not. Thinking highly of themselves. But let me continue though. Philippians 2 and 8. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross, meaning the suffering that he had to go through. Mashiach knew what he was going to go through, and guess what? He remained obedient unto Yahweh, even unto death. Even though he knew he had to go through that, but he still remained obedient. That's the kind of faith I want, man. If you got to be faced with that predicament, hey, it is what it is. Remain steadfast with Yahweh Shema Shai. See? And that's why he says in Romans, the 11th chapter, if they remain still not in unbelief. See? A lot of our people ain't going to make it. Because a lot of our people, you remain steadfast in your unbelief. He said if you remain not steadfast in your unbelief, meaning if you come back to be established in the faith and believe in Yahweh Shema Shai, but that's all of him anyway. If he don't want you to be established in the faith, you ain't gonna have it. You ain't getting none of it, not a drop of it. Hey, man, our people better get up on it, man. Stop thinking this shit is a game, man. Because when the shit come down the pipe, you just can't ask for faith at that time. It already got to be given to you. You think if you was an unbeliever, how at the last minute when you faced with death, now that you all of a sudden you gonna start believing? Man, come on, man, be realistic. You already got to have that faith in you. It can't just appear out of nowhere. You already got to have it in you. So when you face with that predicament or that particular matter or situation, your faith will prevail. But if you already don't have it, it ain't just gonna pop out of nowhere and the Most High just gonna all of a sudden give it to you with just all of a sudden when you never had it. You gotta already possess it. That's how Yahweh was able to endure to his end, to what he had to do. Because why? He already possessed it. That's how Daniel was able to endure through what he had to go through. Why? Because he already possessed that faith. He already possessed it. So except our people possess that faith that Yahweh Shemam, that you're going to need to endure to the end, man, your ass is through, man. Your ass is grass, as they say. You ain't going to fucking make it, man. All this puffed up shit. Oh yeah, it's about this and it ain't about that. Okay, man, you gonna find out. You gonna fucking find out. See, but let me go grab this one too, right? Because it's time gonna come. Time gonna come. Revelations 2 and verse 10. Let's go down to it, straight to it, right? And what did he say? These are the words of Yahushua. And what did he say? Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, that's why when you go into the scriptures and you see all the red writings, who you think this was talking? Who you think that was this revealing these things to Daniel? I mean, Slakia, to John. Who you think? That's why they written in red. These are the words of Yahushua. See? And it says what? Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. And we know who the devil is. You goddamn Edomites. See? Pursuant to Revelation 12 and 12, that hey, he gonna come down with great wrath because he know that his time is short. And what it says, that ye may be tried, meaning tested, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, whether you actually going to be put in that position of being put to death, or whether you're going to be faced with that particular predicament to be put in the presence of death. Hey, remain faithful to Yahweh Hashem Al-Shah until the end, man. And if you don't have that kind of faith, you're not going to make it. If they put anything in here, I'm going to give you a here. Take this pork chop sandwich and just eat this and wash it down with something and wash it down. And wash it down with whatever type of abominable drink that you need to wash it all down, and then we go ahead and let you out of here. You know how many motherfuckers gonna be licking their fingers? You know how many motherfuckers gonna be licking their fingers and smacking their leave and walk up out of there with greasy lips? You know? And then still sit back and say, yeah, well, I'm gonna make it because the Most High, hey, I just had to do that. No, you made your choice. You made your choice. Just like you gonna have individuals that's gonna take that chip. They gonna take that and then they gonna walk out and say, well, you know, the Lord didn't do the Lord. No, man, nigga, you're dead, man. So what it says, Revelations 2 and 9, and you can just imagine, you just already know off top, all these other people, our people that's in them pagan buildings, they all go fail. They all go fail. Because they don't even believe in the true doctrine that's being told to them. They denying their identity and everything. They ain't got no faith. They ain't gonna make it. Revelations 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. What Yahushua saying? Hey, you have to possess that faith that Daniel had, that Yahushua had, and many other brothers. I'm about to go get these two accounts of our brothers that had that faith that you need to endure and to make it, man. If you ain't got it, your ass ain't gonna make it, man. You ain't gonna make it. But let me grab this one too. 3 and 10. Revelations 3 and 10. Right? Yeah, I read that. Started at 10. Straight to it. Revelations 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. And how he gonna keep you from the hour of temptation? By that faith he gonna give you. By that faith he gonna give you. You ain't doing it without it, man. You ain't gonna make it without it. You is not gonna make it. You're gonna fail every motherfucking test that they be thrown your way. You gonna fail it because of the lack of the faith. Yahushua said if you got faith in the size of a mustard seed, hey man, you'll be able to do all things that's impossible. You'll be able to make the impossible possible. See? But without that faith, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna fucking make it. And that faith, it has to be built up to become something great, man. And that can only happen through Yahweh Shem Shah. Without it, man, that faith is not gonna be built up. It ain't gonna grow as tall as a mustard seed, the full growth of a mustard seed, which is 9 feet tall. It's not gonna do. It's not gonna grow. That's what it's talking about when it said that this word is supposed to grow up in you. This seed, word which is the seed, This it's supposed to grow in you. It's supposed to grow into a beautiful tree in you, to where it's just bearing many fruits. See? But some motherfuckers, guess what? That seed didn't even sprout in you. It fucking withered away. Because why? It was not rooted on that ground. It wasn't rooted on ground. It was all on rocks and gravel and concrete and shit. When the sun came up and the light hit it, it scorched it, burnt it, it withered. See? Showing you those individuals didn't have that faith. They didn't have that faith. That faith is what's going to cause you to endure, man. If you ain't got it, your ass is through, man. We fucking through without it. But let me go into this other account, man. I'm telling you, our people is through, man. They through. Fucking through. But let me go into this real quick. Slovakia. Let me grab this real quick. Without it, we fucking is a damn mess, man. Let me go into this. Let's go into Daniel, the 3rd chapter. Slovakia. Daniel 3. Bring up this other account of brothers that had faith. Unwavering faith. Right? Let's grab this. Let's go down to it. We're going to start at verse 8. And I'm going to read a little bit. Daniel 3 and 8. Wherefore, at that time, certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Judites. They spake and said to the king, Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whosoever falleth not down and worshipeth it, well, you get it. It says that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. There are certain Judites whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, It is true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now, if ye be ready, that at what time ye shall hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the psaltery, and the dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made, well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God, power, that shall deliver you out of my hands? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said unto the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. What they say, hey man, we ain't finna bite down on our words to answer you in this matter. We gonna answer your ass straight up, and we will let your ass know, nah, we rolling with Yahweh Shem Shah. And that's what they did. These brothers had faith, man, and they was willing to be killed to show their faith. See? But they also trusted in Yahweh. That what the scriptures say, that whoever Yahweh forsaken and put their trust in him. Not one. See? And these are the individuals that Yahweh Shem Shah did not forsake, because they put their trust in him through the faith that they possessed from Yahweh Shem Shah. And what it says, if it be so, our power, whom we serve, matter of fact, let me jump down to 19. Let me jump down and speed it up. Let's jump to 19. Right? But what they say to, hey man, we ain't finna worship that shit what you got. And what it says, 19. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury because of what they told him. Hey man, we ain't worshiping that shit that you talking about. We gonna serve Yahweh. And it says what? And the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 1/7 times more than it was wont to be heated. Verse 20. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Verse 21. Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, or whatever you want to say, however you want to say it, and their hats and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Now I'm gonna jump. Let me jump over real quick. Let me go into this book real quick. It's lock here. Let me go grab this real quick. Let's go to the three holy children right quick. Right. Let's go to that one. Verse 1 I'm gonna start at. Right? And it says what? And they walked in the midst of the fire, praising Yahweh and blessing the Lord. And it says what? Then Azariah stood up and prayed on this manner, and opened his mouth in the midst of the fire, said, Blessed art thou, O Yahweh, power of our fathers. Thy name is worthy to be praised and glorified forevermore. But let me jump down to the point that I want. Right? Let's go to verse 26. Is that 26 I want? Yeah. And I'm going to read that to 29. 21, three holy children, but it's the prayer of Azariah, 1:26 down to 29. But the angel of the Lord came down into the oven together with Azariah and his fellows, and smote the flame of the fire out of the oven, meaning that furnace, and made the midst of the furnace as it had been a moist, whistling wind, so that the fire touched them not at all, neither hurt nor troubled them. Then the three, as out of one mouth, praised, glorified, and blessed power in the furnace, saying, verse 29, Blessed art thou, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, of our fathers, and to be praised and exalted above all forever. You see that? So them brothers had faith. But let's go back to that Daniel 3. Let's go back to it. Daniel 3. I just wanted to get that account in there. Daniel 3. And let's go back down. What is that, 24 I wanted? Yeah, we'll start there and read it on out. 3:24. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished and rose up in haste and spake and said unto the counselors, Did not we cast 3 men bound in the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the son of Yahweh. You see that? It said like the son of Yahweh. See? So those individuals, they was protected. Because why? He gave them that faith, man, to endure to the end. Even when they was faced in a position of death, to be killed, they still remain kept their integrity, man. They still remain faithful to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. They didn't submit. They didn't bow down to her as soon as they start hearing the song and the music and shit like them Arabs be doing over there. As soon as they hear the motherfuckers start saying, first thing they do is they start bowing down no matter where they at. That's where all of that shit come from. It stems from that Babylonian Empire, that shit. That's where they get that shit from. See? But they didn't do that. Our people, these brothers said, man, I ain't give a fuck if y'all, okay, give a fuck what kind of shit y'all playing on. Care if you beating on drums. I don't give a fuck if you playing a flute or clarinet or saxophone, any of that shit. I ain't finna bow down and worship that and worship them damn idols because you blowing on that shit or beating on the shit you beating on. See? But what you'll see Jake doing, these motherfuckers walking around with no faith. You'll bow down to that shit. You'll submit to those things. You're doing it anyway. What you think you're doing when you're going up in the pagan buildings? And they singing and hollering and dancing and running all over the place and acting a damn fool. You're doing the same thing then. No faith, just submitting to these damn Edomites idols that they presented to you as a power. That's what you're doing anyway. See? But let me grab these two. But let me grab this example too. With individuals of our people that had that unwavering faith, man. And that you gonna need it to make it. If you ain't got this faith, this unwavering faith, man, you ain't gonna make it, man. You ain't gonna make it. Let's grab this. 2 Maccabees, chapter 7. And this sister, they mama was stronger. These brothers' mama, she was stronger than any of these little stinky ass dogs that's walking around right now. Way stronger. She even was faced with this, but guess what? That faith came from Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, man. She took her death right along with her sons, and she took it with a manly stomach. She was stronger than some of these damn men you see walking around right now. Oh, faceless ass motherfuckers. But let's grab this though. Read this one first. And you're just quick and I'm going to end it off. 2 Maccabees 7 and verse 1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken, Slakia, with their mother were taken, and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. Wait a minute. These individuals taken to eat swine flesh. You don't think these Edomites will do that to you right now? Just to see if you really got faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua? Yeah, you know you ain't supposed to eat it. You gonna have a bunch of our people, they gonna eat the shit. Because they gonna say, well, that ain't nothing. It just go out into the drought and then you just go eat it. Don't worry about what did Mashiach say. He said you just eat it. No, you don't eat it. Just because your house shall say what you put in your mouth and it come out your rear end and you duke it out and you flush it down the toilet, that don't mean that it's okay for you to eat it. See? And you're going to have a bunch of people with that in their mind because they don't have the full understanding of what he was talking about in there, and they go eat it. And guess what? You through. Because what did he say you gonna receive for doing that? In Isaiah 66 verse 15 to 17. What you gonna get? You gonna get the judgment. See? What did he say? You gonna be trodden under the foot of man? But let me continue. It came to pass also that the 7 brethren and their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. And what? But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our power. Them brothers had faith, man. Them brothers had faith. They said, you going to have to kill me before you think. And you think it wasn't just them being killed. They was being tortured. Fingers was being cut off. Ears was being cut off. Tongue was being cut out your damn mouth. And all balls was being cut off. Just being tortured by these damn Edomites. But they still was willing to take their death than to turn against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Why? Because he gave them that faith to endure to the end. Why do you think Yahweh Shah made that statement? He that enduring to the end, to keep his faith and endure to the end, to him will I give a crown of life. Hey man, you want that kind of faith, because without it, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it, man. And let me go down and get these other two, right? Let's go down to verse 23. right? Verse 23. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's start at 21 and I'm going to end it off at 23 because I want the point, right? Let's start at 20. Why not? Because I go into these scriptures dealing with the reincarnation, but we just going to get to the point though. 2 Maccabees 7 and 20. But the mother was marvelous above all and worthy of honorable memory. For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of one day, she bare it with a good courage because of the hope. And what is that hope? That faith that she had in the Lord. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Yea, she exhorted every one of them in her own language, Hebrew, filled with courageous spirits, and stirred up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach. She said unto them, I cannot tell how ye came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath nor life, neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. But doubtless the Creator of the world, who formed the generation of man, and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again. That's that reincarnation right there. But what I want is the point. As ye now regard not yourselves for his law's sake. You see that? So these brothers didn't regard themselves. They didn't think about themselves. Say, okay, well, I don't want this to happen to me, so I'm gonna go against the Most High. I'm gonna show him I don't have no faith and do what I got to do to save myself. No. They proved their faith by what they did, and they remained integral towards Yahweh Shai. They kept their integrity, man, and said, no, I'm going to remain steadfast with my God, man. And that's what they did, man. Even faced with this death and this torture and this torment and shit, they kept their faith. So us walking around right now, man, you need this faith. This is the kind of faith you need, man. Because a lot of our people, you are not going to make it. You're not going to make it. These devils gonna put so much motherfucking fear on you. You want to live so much, so bad, you're gonna turn against the Most High. You're gonna turn against Yahweh Shema Shai, show you don't have no faith. Why? Because it wasn't given to you. It has to be given to you for you to make it, man. Man, I just wanted to vent that out because when I saw that, it was so inspiring. I had to say something. I had to say something. I had to go, and I couldn't just let that just see that and say, damn, it sparked, it ignited the fire in my spirit, man. So I had to go, and I had to go grab a few of these things and bring them out. But I'm going to end it off there, man. Yuakwat, yay, man. Pray to Yahweh Shem Shah that he give you this kind of faith so you can make it. Because without it, you're not going to make it. See? Matter of fact, let me grab these last two real quick. You're not going to make it without it, man. We need it. We need it. We need Yahweh Shem Shah and that faith from him if we going to make it, man. Without that, we ain't going to make it, man. We ain't going to fucking make it. Let's grab this. Hebrews 11. Let's grab that. Hebrews 11. And let's start at 1. Hebrews 11 and 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for. So that hope that sister was talking about, is talking about faith. She had an unwavering amount of faith for Yahweh Shem Shai. And her sons did too. See? So you got accounts of the real servants of Yahweh Shem Shai. You have accounts in the scriptures that the Most High delivered some out of it, and then some to prove their faith, they had to die. See? But they all got the same reward, man. Those that was delivered out of it got the same reward like Daniel and those brothers, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They got their reward. They got the same reward. See? And these 7 brothers and their mama, although they died, they got the same reward. And they gonna come back and they gonna avenge themselves on these damn devils, man. See, if they ain't already back on the earth and as being one of us, they coming back with Yahweh Shai. And they go take out vengeance on these devils, man. See, but what it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, The evidence of things not seen. And what is that other one? What is it? What is that? Romans the 8th chapter? Slakia. Romans 8, the 8th chapter, I think. Let me see. I think that's Romans the 8th chapter. Well, I know it is. Let me see real quick. Let me get that and end off with this one. Because it says, hey, it ain't faith. Let me just get it. Where you at, baby? Where you at? Where you at? Come on, where you at? I know it's 8. I know it is. That was like 15 or something. Slovakia. Let me grab that. I gotta read that. Romans 8. I'm stuck in fucking Romans, the first chapter. I knew something wasn't right. Let's go down to it. Romans 8 and around 24. Let me see. Yeah, let's start there. Romans 8 and 24. And it says what? Dealing with that faith. It says Romans 8 and 24. For we are saved by hope. What? Faith. But hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why do he yet hope for? But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities. What? For we know not what we shall pray for as we ought, but the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groaning which cannot be uttered. Let me continue. It says, and he that searcheth the hearts knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit, because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of Yahweh. But the point was those two verses, Romans 24, 8, 24, and 25. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love Yahweh, to them who are called, who are the called according to his purpose. See? So, but we're going to need that faith. That's the point, but I want to get it again. 24 and 25. We're going to need that faith, man. But what it says, 24 and verse 25. What it says, for we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why do he yet hope for? But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. And that's the point, though. So we gotta have faith, man. If you got faith, good. But you're gonna need a certain amount of that faith to endure into the end, man. Because without it, hey, you ain't gonna make it. And I'm gonna end it off there. I ain't meaning to drag it on, but hey, that's just the Spirit. Spirit gonna do what he wanna do anyway. Giving all honor and praise and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Shalom Yasharallah. Wa Barakatah. Shalom.